In 2020, the government of Uganda introduced the new lower secondary curriculum, which included changes to the secondary teaching methods and syllabus.
Without the English skill,
this concept was widely embraced by schools and learners.
The new curriculum is all about hands-on, that learners are being directed or requested to go and make research.
And the questions which are coming up, they are more of not crammed question, but of which you need is wide knowledge.
However, since its inception, the implementation of the new curriculum has faced challenges. Stakeholders urge that learners in rural areas are the most affected.
It's the parents, first of all, to get to know that we are living in an urban society, a digital society.
We have Wi-Fi, and we also have a computer lab. So parents that can afford phones should buy phones for their kids.
The government has undertaken a wrong approach of considering we the stakeholders last. That's why many things have not been managed the way they should be managed.
Many schools struggle with limited access to fully furnished laboratories and electricity.
If we're talking about this competent-based curriculum, whereby learners are supposed to use internet and all together, how can we ensure that even rural schools, students are not left out? So this is a major role that the government must take to ensure that these laboratories are given, computers are put in place, maybe solar power or maybe electricity is put in all those areas.
But the idea of allowing individual learners to use smartphones, laptops and tablets is being welcomed.
Look at America. Those countries are developing at a very fast rate. They are among the first world-class countries. And you know why? It's because they've exposed their children. Let me tell you one thing that is very funny. When you go to America, you're going to give a child a phone. The child is going to start thinking about, how will I use this phone to get money? But give a Ugandan, somebody's going to start thinking of pornography.
these equipments can help us in research work. During research,
we need to do research. Basically, I was with one of the students in senior 4, a candidate, and when I went through their papers, they had a question about NAM, the people that that alignment that came here in Uganda, and they were asking about that. So I really think schools should allow for it.
However, this remains a proposal by the Ministry of Education and Sports, which is still contemplating on how such gadgets can be regulated.
When you think of going smartphone, of course we are seeing us in many schools, especially private schools. You are taking us off as far as manners are concerned, morals are concerned.
We have advanced. So we cannot stay in the missionary way that secondary schools, we don't entertain using phones.
The ministry is currently developing policy standards and guidelines to regulate the use of digital tools and technologies in education settings.
Maybe the guidelines is to not to allow children to go back at maybe to stay with the phones in the dormitory, phones on the parade.
However much you can try, that we don't want phones in school, we find ourselves in that kind of struggle, that every other week there are so many phones that are confiscated.
The feedback on the new lower secondary school curriculum is positive, with many learners and teachers noting that the shift in teaching might have come in a bit late. Robert Onyango, UBC News.